Hey, welcome everybody back to the Winging It Waterfowl podcast. I'm your host, Troy Miller, and with me is my co-host, Addison Hawkins, back again.
Howdy.
So, Blake is on a fire deployment out of town. We've been making it work, but this week is not being kind to him. So, depending on how tonight goes, he may pop in towards the end of this if we stitch them together, but we'll see. But other than that, the show must go on. So, Addison, tell us how your teal opener went.
It went better than expected. I decided to hit the coast instead of Central Texas River, and launched at about 3 a.m. and my spots A, B, and C were all taken. Everyone was camping. From the earliest I heard was someone was in one of my spots that I wanted at 8 p.m. the Friday night. And so I picked a spot that was kind of less than ideal, and we shot 4 birds, which is better than getting skunked.
You got to take the new boat out, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It
How'd
did
she
well.
run?
Oh man.
You
4
said you
dudes.
got 32?
So I was consistently hitting 33 with 4 dudes, more gear than we should have had, and a dog.
Yeah. What is your boat? Kind of. I know you've told me, but I've forgotten. What is this new one?
It's a 1754 Gator Tail Extreme with a 40 on the back, but I had the motor built out to a stage 3.
Gotcha. So what is stage 3 for? Because I don't know nothing about boats yet.
I'd be lying if I told you everything. Shaved heads, ported intake, longer rods, welded rockers, a tune. It's a lot of stuff.
Souped up then.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, I don't know much about boats, and
yes,
I'm a kayak man.
No. Before I had it the work done to it. It wouldn't get on pad with 30 people. It wouldn't get on plane. So now rolling out 33. I'll take it.
Heck yeah. It performed good down there in the coast though?
Oh yeah.
How was y'all's weather?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Sunday it got hot out of nowhere when we decided to walk out, which Sunday was a completely different story. My spot A that I wanted to go to was open, and we had to run the boat for about 20 minutes, and then it was a 400-yard walk in, and that walk was terrible. Just swamp mud, grass, horrible. And it got hot out of nowhere on us, like nowhere, 10-degree jump. And it made the walkout even funner.
Yeah. So how was everything moving for y'all?
So first day, every spot but us sounded like World War III. And I mean there were some birds pulled out of that refuge. And Sunday it was a slow day, slow shoot.
Yeah, y'all didn't have any weather move in or anything, so
just a sprinkle of rain. Nothing bad or crazy.
Yeah. How'd Macy do?
She did good. She, last podcast I said how she whined. She'll whine a whole hunt. She was silent the entire time, both days. I guess she finally got it together, but she was silent. I got to use hand signals a lot on Saturday because of the tall grass we were in.
Yeah.
And she picked up all my cues perfectly. I couldn't have been happier.
Heck yeah. Well,
couldn't have been happier. Sunday, she got tore up by mosquitoes bad. Her poor little belly's just completely red.
Yeah, I didn't realize mosquitoes get dogs that bad. I've never had mosquitoes get after a dog. We had the gnat. Oh, they weren't gnats, but like these big. They're like gnats, but bigger. I don't even know what you'd call them. They're not no-see-ums or anything like that, but they were some big ones, and they were sticking to stuff. Like anything wet, they would stick to. Like my coffee cup, everything was real moist out. Like they were all stuck to my waiter. chest of my waders and everything. I don't know. They were nasty and they were everywhere, but no mosquitoes.
Huh.
So
I would have taken that over mosquitoes.
yeah.
My back looked like I got hit with rat shot about 4 times.
Mm.
I was getting out of the shower today and looked in the mirror, and a whole 24 hours later, my back is still torn up
Are you
from
one of
them.
those people that are allergic to them or anything?
No, they were just it's a different breed of mosquito down there in the marsh.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's bad, and then I decided I had the great idea to take that high deep bug spray that comes in a little squirt bottle
Mm-hmm.
and dump it on my back. Take the cap off and dump it on my back, and try to get them off my back because I was beating them off with my shotgun, and that only burned me. So yeah,
Oh. So
yeah, it was great. Actually, Sunday our walkout was horrible. We were all wheezing and breathing hard, and like people who need to do a lot more cardio. And we got back to the boat, and I took my shirt off. I took my waders off. I took my shorts down. I was laid out on the boat, and then mosquitoes started getting us. So I said, "Let's roll." And so everyone piled in the boat, and we're running. I still haven't got dressed yet again, and we pull up to the boat ramp, and game warden's there checking people, and he just looks over at us, gives us the funniest look, and says, "Rough morning?" And we said, "Oh yeah, oh yeah."
uh,
Um,
so you didn't get checked by the game warden, huh? I guess
no, he
that's.
did.
Oh, you did. Oh, he's committed. I
He
was saying
he he
that's
allowed
one way
us
to
to
get
get
out of it.
dressed. No. He had more questions, I think, then. But yeah, I asked, "Can I get dressed?" And he said, "Please."
Uh, are you getting to go hunting anymore before Teal's closes, or
Yeah, I'm hunting Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
yeah, going to the coast again, or
I don't know. I don't know. It's a toss up. I got a spot on the Brazos River that's been good to me in the past, and I might go back there just to not deal with the mud and mosquitoes.
yeah, was everything you got this weekend, was it blue wing or did y'all get any green wings too? I don't remember.
All bluey,
All blue wing.
all bluey.
So who was in your hunting crew this week?
So Saturday it was 2 fellas from uh my ranch area, Bryce and Dylan, which it was like their 3rd duck hunt ever. Bryce's first duck hunt was when we got skunked Matagorda teal opener and got stranded on my brook boat for 6 hours. And my little brother came with us Saturday, and then Sunday, my buddy James came with me.
Yeah, so pretty good
So,
group of guys.
oh yeah. James, I've been friends with for almost 14 years now.
Oh, good. And Macy was the only dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Macy's the only dog.
What kind of spread y'all set out? Did y'all go big, or did y'all just kind of do a little tight?
Big. Four dozen teal, 2 dozen gadwall, and a dozen spinnies.
Oh wow. Yeah. Did y'all put any motion decoys or jerk rigs or anything out, or did y'all just?
We had 4 dove mojos because naturally all the duck mojos don't work. Gotta love the coast, and we pulled them pretty quickly after we flared like the second group of birds.
Yeah. Did y'all, this is kind of an inland marsh kind of thing that y'all are in, or
No, it's right off the intercoastal.
is it? Okay. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
not spent much time down there, so
it's it's a different animal.
yeah,
Pat passed about 3 barges Saturday morning, and they were loaded down.
that raises the water levels temporarily quite a bit, doesn't it, when they come through?
They throw. I don't know about that, but they throw a big wake.
Yeah.
Big wake. It's scary.
Well, what else about the hunts?
No, it was just hot that second day. Got tore up with mosquitoes. Sunday we only shot 2, but again, better than about 40% of my hunts of getting skunked.
Yeah.
So all I ask for is Macy to get a couple retrieves each hunt.
Yeah, that was my big deal. Is like, man, I don't care if I kill a limit or not. I doubt it, but I just want to get Ruth on some birds this weekend. So
Yep.
yeah, mine kind of played out the same as yours on spots wise. I woke up just a tiny bit late, not anything
Hmm.
bad, but a tiny bit late, and I was like, man, it's teal. All seven of us can't all that hunt in the panhandle can't all be going to the same place at the same time. But now I got down there and someone with a boat beat me into my spot, and they weren't even at the spot, not my spot, but the spot I wanted to go to, And then
Hmm.
the second spot I had picked out, someone wasn't there, but like they were right on it, close enough that I'd have been right on top of them if I'd gone to it. So I kind of had to do a makeshift and you know dark headlamp in a kayak. Already went all the way across, about 3/4 of a mile on the kayak, and Ruth did good in the kayak. Like, wasn't bad. Going out in the dark is
That's
definitely different from the day in the kayak.
that was your first time at you know dark time
Oh yeah, yeah,
out there
no,
in the kayak?
yeah. That was the first time. And the way I do it is I have that jet sled and I pull it like a trailer behind me.
Right.
I have it hooked on with a one of my big decoy hooks. I hook it onto the pull handle on the back of the kayak through the rope on the jet sled, and I load that thing down. And the only thing I have in the kayak is me, Ruth, and my camo burlap for blinding in my stuff whenever I go park them. But we went across there and I was like, man, and we got so much rain. Like everything was up 8 8 inches to a foot from my last scout a week or two ago, like
Mm.
2 weeks ago. So that threw a wrench and everything, because everything I'd found outside of those two spots was like right on the edge of where I wanted to be on water depth wise.
Mhm.
And so everything was a foot taller, just kind of put it out to where I didn't want it to be at. And so I started paddling around out there in the dark and finally found a little area. Wasn't great at all, but we made it work. And then some guys, they snuck in on me. They had to have come in on foot because I never heard them, never saw them, nothing. And then opening or shooting light comes, and there's a guy's like 100 yards from me, blasting.
Well,
So I don't know how they got in on me because they weren't there. I mean, if they were,
no
they were.
light, didn't hear
I,
talk, anything?
I never heard them set up. I never heard them talk. I never saw lights, and I was there. I was sitting in my swamp stool, and now I was done setting up. Had roost set up. I've changed my spread a few times and changed my position a few times to get a little bit better hide, because hide was my problem. If there was that water coming up so much more, it
Mhm.
was hide was my issue. And so I'd moved around a couple times, and I was done setting decoys and sitting piddling on my phone for an hour before shooting light. So I mean, I don't know when they were there, but yeah, maybe 100 yards from me.
Hmm.
Still never saw them, but I could hear them talking from time to time. I never heard them
Yeah.
until after they started shooting. So I don't know if they walked in from. There's some like off-road trails that you can get to that come down the river
Yeah.
bottom from that feeds into that. So no one ever goes that way because it's a long, long ways to drive. But I don't know. I did hear some four
They worried
wheelers.
about it.
I did hear some four wheelers later that day, so that might have been them. But yeah,
Was there a lot of fun?
yeah, there really was. The two spots that I wanted to be at, those guys could have killed it. I don't know if they did because they were sky blasting too.
Mm.
Man, those teal wanted to be where they were, and they were sky blasting them. I mean, not even on a pass. I mean, they were still like as soon as they'd pass over top of them and try to start
Yeah.
working in, they'd start shooting up in the air at them, and those birds were just off.
Of
Never
course.
hit anything that I saw. But there was a lot of teal that morning. I wasn't on the X, and I was having to traffic them, and then these guys, they were to the north of me, and so those teal are coming out either from around the corner of this canyon and were right on top of me, and I'd have to pull them back towards me once they passed me, or they were trying to come over these guys, and these guys were shooting at them, and then they'd flare off. But it wasn't bad.
Hmm.
Not ideal
Were
setup.
you calling at them?
Yeah. Yeah. I hit them with a call and they responded. I missed out on one really good group of like 30. They sit there and circled me once, twice, and second time they kind of fluttered, gave me they would have given me a shot, but they weren't landing. I was like, man, they're acting like they're going to land. They came around for that third pass, and right about that time, someone else shot, and they took off. I think they were going to land, but I should have taken them on that second pass. But I sat
A
there.
hard call.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would have made that call again, but it just bad luck because I mean, wasn't anything I did or any of my decoys or my spinner or anything flaring them off. It was just some guys, not even the guys close to me, but just a little ways off shot, and they all kind of took off. But I only had one good group work in, and I got a double, so I was real happy with that. And then Ruth was a little confused, not real sure because I did get her to mark,
Mhm.
and she went out after that first one. Took her second, she found it, got it. Decoys kind of confused her first time really around decoys. I didn't think about that. So went out there, got that, and then the second one, I was having trouble sending her on it as a double and a blind, and it took a second. She kept coming back to me. She's like, "I already brought you the bird." And so once we got that figured out, it took us a minute, but she went out and got it. So
Oh, there you
cool to
go.
have her first birds as a double, and
Yeah, that is.
not the most successful or pretty double retrieve, but she got them.
Yeah.
So yeah, she kind of seemed like some gears started clicking for her after that, and
Yeah,
then
like I said the last time, is it clicks in for them, and it's indefinite of, oh yeah, this is what we're doing. And
yeah,
after that, it's game on.
yeah. Then we had no wind, no nothing. I was running my motion decoys or my motion duck spreader. I was running that, and I had that Walmart here has some cheap spinners, mallard spinners.
Mhm.
I picked one up and tried it out. Just 4 AA batteries, nothing fancy whatsoever. I put that out, so didn't just a dozen teal. But I changed my spread. I changed it from I had them too far back into the reeds, and once that sun crested, I realized I don't think they could see them, so I moved them out, and that's when I had them start working. So that worked out a little bit better because they were it's kind of some it's all overgrown and everything because this was dry for so long, and now it's wet, and so there's a lot of brush and everything up in there, and I'd kind of sprinkled them in this somewhat opening, and then just beyond that was like the main opening, and but it made it a little bit far of a shot, so I was trying to keep them close, and once I moved them, they started responding, so that worked out well.
That's good.
Yeah, and then oh man, so we got the two. I got the two, and that was all I got, and I called it quits I guess about the same time you did. What was it, about 10?
Yeah.
So I come in, and that wind picked up right as I was packing in, headwind right at me,
Mm.
3/4 mile paddle. I thought, a 65 pound dog don't sound like much, but when you have that put her in a kayak between you, oh man, I was burning right up in here. Like I was having to sit there and I was getting winded. I was having to take breaks, and she'd start wanting to move
Oh
around.
man.
And then she is this dumb little dog. I love her to death. As my wife says, she's the dumbest smart dog ever. We're sitting there. I have the jet sled being towed behind me, and we're
Right.
halfway across our paddle. It's just short of 3/4 of a mile of a paddle from my spot where I was to shore. And we're halfway across this, and all of a sudden she turns around and sees the jet sled behind me. She started growling at it and bristled up and everything like it's a threat all of a sudden. For like 10
Really?
minutes, she's like, "Arr, arr." I'm sitting there fighting for my life with a headwind that keeps pushing me, trying to keep her still, trying to keep from flipping a kayak. I'm tired. My arms and everything are burning, and it's hot. Like it was 85, like maybe not quite 85, but it was 80 probably. And I didn't take off my sweater or anything, and I'm sitting there just dying. I'm like, you dummy. I get a couple 100 yards out from shore, and I see the game warden. I'm like, oh, of course. Which I mean, I wasn't worried about anything after last year's debacle.
Right.
I went all digital this year. I was like, we ain't doing that again. I'm not doing this part digital, part paper again. And so
Right.
I got up there, and I'm sitting there dying. I'm like, oh, good, he's not here. So I was like, glad because I don't want to be in. It's embarrassing to be up there, like dying and all, and come back and what you got? Two teal.
I'd rather be winded than naked. I want to say that.
That's fair. That is fair. Yeah, I got up there and he was winded worse than I was. I guess he had taken off hiking around some part of the canyon, found some kids, 4 pack of kids out there, probably
Hmm.
high school or college hunting and everything. And he didn't go into detail really, but he checked me and I talked to him for a minute and he was asking about the dog and everything and how the hunting was. And as I was leaving, I see those kids come up over to their truck and they look defeated. And I look over in the back and he's photographing a gadwall that he'd taken from him.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
So
that's a good ticket.
yeah, I bet so. I kind of looked it up and it said anywhere from $25 to $500 for out of season.
Yeah. Did you ever see that Facebook post of them kids in, I think, Mad Island, WMA, that they shot two of them pink spoonbills and thought they were geese and took them to the biology station?
Mm-mm. No, I missed that.
Yeah, it happened last year or the year before that, pink spoonbills are thick on the coast and they were hunting a walk-in spot and they shot two of them and leaving that WMA, you got to go by a biology station where they check all your birds. And they took them up there and they asked what kind of geese these were. So they got hefty tickets too.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, that was my excitement for Saturday. Sunday, I got up a little bit earlier, which it was opening day, and I kind of figured, but there's a lot more people than I thought there was going to be. Like even
Really?
even during Big Duck, there's usually not that many people out there. But there
Huh.
was there was a solid 5 groups out in that area on Saturday. Sunday, I got out there a little bit earlier, and it stormed. Man, it stormed Saturday night into Sunday morning. I wasn't even sure I was going to get to go out, and I get up there. I was like, well, it stopped raining, and to get into this place, it's a really unkept dirt road going down a canyon. And I was like, that's my biggest drawback is when it rains. Is if it's getting down there's not the problem. It's getting up out of this canyon is the problem because
Right.
it's just real slimy red dirt. And so I was like, if it's too bad, I'll turn around. And I got down there. It wasn't bad. I was the only one there. And where I launch at's backed up into another canyon and kind of blocking that wind. I didn't realize how bad that wind was. And I get out there and I'm like, okay, well, also the first day, the other reason that I had to go kind of just go pick a spot out of thin air, my Onyx would not load my pins again. I texted you and Blake the other day saying I lost all my pins. I thought
Right.
did the same thing to me again. It was tracking. The GPS was working on it. I could pull up everything on it, but would not load my pins. So
Really?
yeah. So that was also a big reason why I just went somewhere all willy nilly
Yeah.
because I was like, man, I've got so many pins of everything from scouting, and I was like, I've got some of these that were not ideal at the time, but I can go. I know where the water level was then, and with this extra 8 inches to a foot of water, if I go just past them, and then, but it's through a bunch of brush and everything, and I don't like going in blind in the dark in that because there's all kinds
Right.
of trees knocked down. I mean, some of them, only under the water that much, and I didn't want to take a chance of flipping, get into some of these. And so I was like, because I have everything marked on tracks of safe ways to go for in the dark. And so
Hmm.
that I've done the last 2 years. And so I was like, I don't have those. So I'm just going to go over here. I know this is clear over here. Not great, but that's why I went over to that area. But Sunday, I get out there, made sure my pins were loaded. I had to completely delete the app, re download it, log back in. I don't know what the deal was. Got in there and I get launched, and I think it's right at I think just over 3/4 of a mile where I wanted to go, or no, just under 3/4 of a mile again. It was 0.69 miles, and I was like, okay, no one's here. There's no lights out there. There's no one parked down here. No boats at the launch. Nothing. I was like, perfect. Storm had kind of passed on, and I get down there, and I launch. Everything's good. I get to going, and that wind. As soon as I cleared that little canyon, out of that protection of that canyon. That wind was coming through, and I was white capping like 3 foot waves in a crosswind too, like somewhat head, but it was right up on my right side, and it was coming over the side of the kayak. Ruth was kind of getting
Oh,
nervous, and I was like, I'm halfway across there. I was like, I can't go another half. Like it was beating me up,
really?
and I was like, I'm getting lost in this, and so I just turned her north, let that wind in my back, that south wind in my back, and I was like, I'm gonna float into this area and find something. I'll tell you what, that place I found though, awesome.
Good?
Yeah, it was awesome. Birds weren't flying. Oh,
Oh,
and saw one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. I was sitting there, it was pitch black dark. I just have my headlamp is all I have, and I see this bright flash. I look up, I don't know, meteorite, asteroid, what do you call them? But it sit there real bright. I guess hit the atmosphere and then exploded into a bunch of little pieces, shooting star.
really?
Oh, it's so cool. And it just stayed there. The trails on it stayed there, and you could see the little, like 10, 15 little pieces where it blew up, just falling down. It was so cool.
No.
I was like, man, that just made the whole trip worth it right there. But I got into some real shallow water, real nice little area up in there, which I'd scouted out one area near this, and I didn't like it because there was no cover. But I had a pin on it, so I went to that area, and then I just where this area that I went to hunt Sunday, um, there wasn't any water 2 weeks ago, but now it was 6 inches. So
Yeah.
it was nice. I went and pulled off in there, set everything up, had a real nice. I wish it would have been my wind would have been different, but I had my wind in my face, so not ideal. But that was the only way I could set it up. And I had a teal come in on my spread 4 minutes before shooting light. I was like,
Mm.
hmm. I was like, he's gonna leave. He's gonna leave. He's gonna leave. And then I had a mallard come into the spread too at like 2 minutes till, and I'm just sitting there with my phone. I was sitting there, I was like, come on, come on, come on. And Ruth, I can look back and I just see Ruth just sitting like shaking. I was like, don't you even think about it. And so I finally saw it click over 703. I popped up, hollered at it, and it sat there and took off, smoked it, and that mallard took off. And man, Ruth did great. And it was like she's like, now I know what I'm doing. So that's all I got that morning. So that wind finally died down and everything, but I only got to go hunt for hour and a half. Had to make it back for
Yeah.
church, so I left early.
There you go.
But yeah, she did good. I think she also liked being in the shallower water. I think
Yeah.
she liked that a lot better too, because that other water
Yeah.
was just too deep for her to walk. So she was swimming the day before, and then she legit knew what she was doing this time. So worked out good.
Yeah. That
That
was our Sunday too. Is I thought that this little pond I was going to had more water in it. Whenever I got out there, it was like 2 inches of water, a
mm,
foot of mud, and it was hard setting mojos and decoys out for us. And we smoked that first bird, and I thought, all right, Macy's gonna struggle getting out there back. No, she's walking on top of it, just
hey, that's nice.
hauling there and back.
Yeah, that's always nice. Yeah, Ruth did great, and she held. Like she kind of seemed like she kind of figured it out. So we still got work to do. She goes back to the trainer 2 weeks or so. So she's gonna go back for her little refresher course. I was talking to him. I was like, this is the things I kind of want to work on. When the shotgun goes off and everything, she doesn't freak out or break or anything. But she's with me not throwing the bird, she's kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
what do I do? That was how she was
Yeah.
on Saturday, but Sunday she did better. So he's gonna work with her a little bit more on the doubles on kind of getting her to force to pile kind of thing.
Here you go.
So
How'd that flight day ammo shoot for you?
3 shells, 3 birds. That's all. 3 shots. That's all it took, and it knocked all of them down. And I was shooting that 3-inch
Nice.
number 6 steel payload steel. Worked great, like a champ. Cycled great, like no complaints about it whatsoever. I mean, it knocked them down. Yeah, there wasn't no follow up shots, no cripples, no nothing. I mean, granted, it was only
Yeah.
3 birds, but 3 shots, 3 birds. I'm not going to complain about that. That's 100% right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
For
but
sure.
yeah, hopefully going to get out this weekend this upcoming weekend, and we might. One of the guys from work, he's wanting to get into hunting. He's never been hunting before, and so he's gone and got some stuff. And a friend of his bought some property, and he doesn't hunt. He has some two little ponds on them, and he was saying he's like, man, there's ducks on here all the time. One of them kind of dries up seasonally, the other one stays full all the time, and so we went out and looked at it the other day. It looks promising. It's got a bunch of
Hmm.
smartweed and stuff around it. It's got a
Yeah.
good little area. It's real long. It's maybe 25, 30 yards wide and about 150 yards long on one, and the other one I think would be a better like little dove hole. It's more like a little tank pit kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we might try to. He's going to try to go hunting with me this weekend. Said if his schedule works out good, then he wants me to take him. So we might just go out there and lay in the one of the sides is kind of bermed up and got
Hmm.
a bunch of weeds in. I was like, man, that'd actually work if we can just lay back on that berm. Those weeds are thick enough. We don't even need to bring the um, layout blinds. So probably take them just in case, but we'll see.
There you go.
So see how the weather does too.
Yeah. Yeah. I got a buddy who invited me up to Arkansas for early honker, and then his work schedule wasn't going to work out. But I thought Thursday night I'd be leaving for Arkansas. Shucks.
Yeah,
Well, I'm gonna leave the teal and the coast for these boys. I'm gonna go early season next time. I'm gonna go honkers.
yeah, yeah. I need to get that new dog blind brush in at Momarsh.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
use? Do you use blind grass,
Johnson grass.
Johnson grass?
Johnson grass. One of my hay fields, which you could find Johnson grass on the side of the road, but one of my hay fields, I got a drainage ditch running through it, and it consistently grows Johnson grass. So I go in there with the Milwaukee hedge trimmer, cut it, brush my panel blinds and my dog blind, and then it'll just die. And I keep it all year or all season.
Yeah, I need to find something because I got that new layout blind in, and then I
Hmm.
got Ruth's Momarsh Invisilab in, and I knew I wasn't using the layout blind, so I wasn't worried about it. I'm not going to use that till big duck season, but or when we go to Nebraska, one of the two. And but that Momarsh didn't come in till Friday evening, so
Hmm.
wasn't ideal. I'm sure that hide probably didn't help me, but that bottomland actually blends in really well out there.
Yeah,
Like there's still a
yeah,
lot of
I'm
green,
sure.
but that water's so stained and so dark brown. It actually that's why I wanted to go with that instead of that cryptek and the other one.
Right,
So
right. I got the Optifade one, and it's just from my area. Works out.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking at them, all three of them, and I was like, man, I like the yellow because there's a lot of yellow in this brush where I hunt. But
Hmm.
I was like, man, from a top over standpoint, I think that bottom land being darker would blend in a lot better. So that's what I went
Yeah,
with, and it looks sharp.
yeah, it does. It looks really good.
Looks sharp. So I put it to the very edge of how tall it would go on Saturday morning.
Really.
Yeah, when Ruth was in there, her butt was wet and about that much of water. We had moved several times. I finally found a spot for it. But yeah, it performed good. She was a little weird about it, being that deeper water. She's like, I don't know how to get in there. I was like, yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Yeah, you do. Have to go help her out.
yeah. I usually help Macy whenever she has to swim up to it. I usually
Yeah.
help her.
But Sunday in the short water, she did way better, and she seemed like she enjoyed it. So I'm really looking forward to season now. I was so worried. I was like, man, just worried you're gonna have a dud.
Yeah.
But because it's all just theoretical up to this point.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, my first hunt with Macy, I put her in one of them blinds, and she was gun shy whenever I sent her off to be trained,
yeah,
and she came back and it was fixed, but I put her in that box, and a volley of teal came in, and we all shot them, and she was in there shaking, and so I ended up ripping the top off of it, and then she did a lot better. And then finally, I incorporated the top back on it, and I've been using that ever since.
Yeah, that Friday night I put it out in the yard and threw some threw some dummies and had her kind of get used to it, because she's just been on that little cheap Amazon one that I have in the house for just that I use. And I took it dove hunting, it works, but I mean it's just that cheap one you sent me, and
Hmm.
so but it's not enclosed, so I made sure and messed with that on Friday and had her sitting there for about an hour as well. So I think that helped as well.
That's good.
Yeah, I was telling Blake, I was like, man, she's not acting gun shy, but like when we were dove hunting weekend before last,
Hmm.
when I shot, she was kind of like not cowering, but she, you could tell it made her a little bit nervous. He's like, well, where'd you have her? I was like, I put her about 10, 15 yards back and left of me. So
Hmm.
I don't know. But Saturday, Sunday, no problems. So I don't know.
Me neither. Macy was gun shy, and now when we hunt geese, I put her in between my legs in a layout and shoot, a foot over her head, and she's just fine.
Yeah. See, I did poppets and then a little pop gun and then 2x4 slapping together when Ruth was a pup.
Yeah.
I'd go out and feed her and give her treats and play with her, and I'd just pop those off over around her and everything. And I don't know if she would have been gun shy or not, but it never once bothered her. I think maybe one time the pop with that first time I got that little pop gun. I think the
Hmm.
first time I fired that off over her while she was eating, I think she kind of like went like that, but that was it. So, but
Macy's introduction to guns was my dad has a machine gun, M16, and I let a full mag go, and she was in between my legs.
oh
She wasn't very much longer, but so Wade at Texas Duck Dog got it out of her, which is hard to do. Whenever I sent her off, he said, "Man, she might wash out. That gun shy sticks with them."
yeah,
But thankfully, it didn't, because she's a good little dog, especially now that she's quiet.
yeah, that'll be a game changer for you.
So nice.
You,
Like she would let out a couple whines when the guys behind us and in front of us really got into them. She would just whine like just one little and I'd reach down and touch on her and say, I know, but that was one of our first two hunts that she was silent.
yeah, which last year, I mean, she whined, but I guess I was just far enough away. It didn't ever bother me. I know some people
I
that bugs them.
I tuned it out.
Yeah. Some people, it gets under their skin.
Well, they could walk out and get birds in.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of my thinking on it.
Yeah,
I'm glad I
yeah, but
have.
I hunt with a good group of guys too, so
Yeah,
no
and
one's
that
gonna.
makes a difference.
Oh, it sure does.
Yeah, speaking of going out and getting birds, that double on that second one, I kind
Yeah.
of was like, man, she's not understanding. She's not getting it. A double's, for your first one, that's asking a lot. And it's
Oh
deep
yeah.
water and everything. And I was like, you know what? She did good. She went after the first one. I don't want to end on a bad note. So I was about to send her back, and I was like, I'm going to have her go with me. So I went to wait out there. I got up there, and water came over the sides a little bit. And I was about 5 feet from that bird. And I was like, nope. And then Ruth finally, I was like, back, trying to get her to go farther out. She finally went and found it. I was like, oh, thank you. Cause I was not about to.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to have to go hike up, get the kayak, get everything out. But it worked out. I was like, real glad I had a dog for that, because I would not have been able to get that bird.
Oh yeah.
And that water came over right, and I'm tiptoeing up there, monkey arms up in the air.
That was a Saturday. That mud we were in, you can't walk in it. So thankfully we had Macy to go get them.
Yeah.
So
How's her foot? Hadn't bothered her.
yeah, no, no,
So,
they okay.
with her getting that swimmer's tail, if you have her in the shallower water, does that seem to help her? Or does that?
So it's a combination. I think it's a combination of a bunch of things, of swimming hard and cripples. Like she goes hard after cripples, and she really just puts everything she's got into it because she likes chasing them.
Mm-hmm.
And so that strain on her using her tail uh, extra while going after cripples, plus it being cold water, I think that's what gives it to her. But she has gotten it in a rice field of kind of a combination of hopping and swimming,
Yeah.
but it was also I think 15 degrees outside. But I'm not the best on conditioning her. Macy's the type of dog that we're gonna pick up where we left off. Doesn't matter if it was a month or 6 months ago.
Yeah.
She stays pretty well on it. And so I don't do the best in conditioning. But this year I got me a little like 8 foot John boat from my pond at the ranch, and I've been getting in it and making her follow me swimming. So I'm strengthening, the muscles on her tail because that's all it is a sprain. So I conditioned her up pretty well. So I'm gonna see if she gets it this year.
Well, that'd be good. I wasn't sure if you're in like that, just shin deep water, ankle deep water kind of deal, if that still was a problem or not with her running around and chasing stuff and jumping in and out.
She she's gotten it doing bunny hops. So, but she also wasn't too well conditioned, I don't believe. I think it's a genetic thing.
Yeah.
There's no good fix for it except for conditioning. But, her getting it's mainly, I believe, my fault.
Yeah. Well, it's good to know
So
the
there's no
fix.
yeah, we'll see. Like we're going to Nebraska, it's gonna be cold. I got Arkansas, it's gonna be cold up there. Like last year, the same time we were up there, we were busting ice. So
We never
we'll see.
busted
We'll
ice
see.
in Arkansas. We got close. I mean, it snowed a ton on us that third morning, fourth morning, something like that.
Hmm.
We got a ton of snow when we hit on our way out to the ramp, hitting the ramp on the way to the hole, all that, and then right before shooting light, it's all started melting off. But it was cold. But I've never had to bust ice, even up in Salt Lake.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, we hunted ducks the last couple of days of our trip to Arkansas, and we were busting ice. But the first part of the trip was geese, and so our biggest thing was going and knocking the snow off the decoys.
I've seen some of those guys use torches.
Yeah, yeah. We wish we had one
Yeah. Just like what is it? Just one
because
of those weed burner torches, propane torches? Is that what
yeah,
those guys use?
yeah, yeah. I saw one guy using one of them Elon Musk flamethrowers, but fully flocked Canada decoys hold snow like you wouldn't believe.
That's what I've heard. Man,
So
I don't know if I'm on the flocked train.
I kill Canadas with silos. So I don't know how much fully flocked really works.
I spent all that extra money on getting those flocked head heydays last year,
Hmm.
and I love my heydays. I love those things.
Great.
But those flocked heads, I just feel like I have to be so gingerly with them, and I'm always worried about them. And then, up here we do get ice and snow and all that stuff, and I'm just like, man, the last year they did freeze up on the heads twice on me, so I was like, man, I don't know. None of my the two hens and then all my other plastic molded ones or whatever you want to call them. None of those
Hmm.
froze, but my four flocked head ones, they had ice on them. And so I was like, man, I just don't know if I'm sold on the flocked heads.
I do like the heydays, how light they are. They move in no
Oh,
wind.
yeah. The only thing I will say is I do not care for them on a jerk rig
Really?
as much as a regular decoy.
Hmm. I don't really run jerk rig, so
Well, I have that motion ducks, that that spreader.
with the motor in it.
No, not the quick koi or anything.
Hmm.
This is just that it's a spreader, like tent pole kind of deals, and it
Oh yeah,
spreads
yeah,
four
I
of
know
them
what you're
out.
talking
You can connect like two or three of them together, but I only just have the one. I might get another one the end of this season or something, but it puts four decoys on there. You put your weight on, and it really does work nice. And they've got a little on the end of them. The last 6 inches is just held on by cable or whatever, and so it moves around.
about.
And man, they work. It works good on the heydays. Work good on there, but on a regular jerk rig, man, they just if you don't, I don't like to put the weights in them because they
Really?
have little T weights that are, well, that kind of go up inside of them
Hmm.
for helping them. They go up, and because there's no center kill, it's a double kill on the edge, and then they're hollow on the inside, And so you can put those
Yeah.
weights in them, and I think they'd probably work better. But I was having problems with on a regular jerk rig when I'd sit there and be running that, it'd flip them over on their sides because there was no weight on that bottom. And so, and I
Huh.
might have been just too rough on them too. Who knows? But man, I love those heydays though.
I'm a big fan of Academy game winners.
That's what I have with my other ones. I got a zinc um, teal.
Yeah,
I caught those zinc teal for on sale for, I think it was $24 for a 6 pack,
that's not bad.
$20, something like that. I know it was less than 50 shipped for a dozen
Hmm.
of them.
I've been
So
using that Gov to get my decoys.
yeah, I
They got
hadn't.
the avian me.
Yeah, I ordered from um what's it called? Guide Fitter.
God,
Yeah.
yeah. I just recently got on that one.
Oh, you are on Guide Fitter now?
Yes.
Good. Yeah, you can get some good stuff on there. Some of the deals aren't great, but like some of the deals on there, GovX is better. But
Yeah.
but the Guide Fitter has some of that stuff's real good.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
but well,
No,
you said you're gonna go hit up different places this weekend.
I think so. I've decided that I'm after buying my brand new boat and building the motor, I'm gonna get me one of them beaver tail final tacks
Oh yeah.
with the little 7 horsepower mud motor on it, little mud skipper. Because man, I know a lot of spots on Colorado River and the Brazos River that I just don't want to beat the snot out of my gator tail to get to. And I think I got a buddy who's got one, and I'm gonna go check it out and see if I can fit Macy in between my legs and run with it. And if I can, I'm gonna get one, and my little brother's gonna get one, and start hunting the rivers close to my ranch a little more.
Yeah, you'll have to, if you let me know how Macy fits in there,
Yeah, yeah. I
because
mean,
I, after this year, like paddling has not bothered me, but the two trips this weekend with her, it was already a little more added weight and stress with that jet sled behind me, but
yeah.
adding a 65-pound dog that wants to move around in between your legs,
Mm-hmm.
man, that's a lot. I was tired.
Yep.
I have not been whooped like that since on a kayak since me and Blake had our debacle when his boat broke down the first time, and we had to paddle 3 miles to get decoys. But
Yeah, no, I'm excited about that. I'm gonna get it if I like them. I'm gonna go pick them up from Louisiana whenever I go to Ryan's little birthday party deal
yeah,
in October.
Blake's been
And
trying to talk me into getting one, but that was my deal. I was like, okay, well that's cool, but now that I've got Ruth, like, I don't think it'll work. But if it works, I'll look into it because just something,
no, my
even if it takes, just even if it only saves me 5 minutes, if I can get across
yeah.
that lake without having to paddle, there's a lot more places I can get to.
Well, the big thing for me is it's a layout blind too, because on these rivers it's farmland on both sides,
Mm-hmm.
so it's private. You can't get up on the bank. You got to stay in the water.
Yeah,
So if I could throw the lid over and just carry 2 dozen decoys, a dog, and a shotgun, I'll be in there like swimwear.
yeah.
But
Oh yeah, if you
my
can lay out of it, I mean that takes half your gear away. You don't have to have
yeah,
your swamp
no
stool, your
panel
swamp
blinds, no
stick.
dark
Yeah,
side.
yeah. That
I
takes
could
a
put a
while.
heater in it.
Oh heck yeah! Now you're just getting bougie. You're gonna get you one of those bath trays and have your little charcuterie board up on top of your lap.
It's not a bad idea. I need to write that down.
Man, I'm
Me and Blake were talking about it, and I said, "Man, if I end up not liking it, I could just Troy could use it. We need to get him out of that kayak."
yeah. Yeah, I keep saying when we move, we're gonna find, then I'll start really hard looking. But like right now, I mean, in this place, I don't even have anywhere to put a boat. If I
Right.
did have one, which is kayaks,
Right.
I have one up under the carport, and then I keep one out in the garage. So, and then just I have the kayak, those J hooks on top of the car. Man, it works great. So, and it's easy.
Yeah.
I mean, a boat would
Yeah.
open up a lot of options for me where I hunt and shorten my drive by 25 miles one way.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Because right now,
That'd be
where I go, I have to drive all the way around and come back.
nice.
Ruth. But yeah.
Yes, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, you'll have to
Mm.
definitely send me pictures and videos of it. Let me see how it works with Macy in there. Because I mean, obviously we haven't seen them next to each other, but I think they're
Oh,
roughly the
there's
same size.
yeah. Yeah,
So,
and I'm a lot bigger of a dude than you too, so
well, that's fair. So
so
I'm
if it worked for me, it'll definitely work for you.
yeah, I'm a schmedium guy.
Oh yeah.
So
So that's I've been really getting into that, finding out what motor, the little 6.5 horsepower Harbor Freight motor.
the
You
Predator.
could build it out. Yeah, you could build that Predator out to push like 18 horsepower.
Oh wow.
And my buddy who's got one says that he's touching like 27 solo, which is wicked on that little thing.
Yeah, that's nowhere near what I was like. I was expecting 15 on the high end.
No, no, stock he was getting like 20.
Dang. I did not know that
Yeah,
they went those fat. I mean, I know those little things are small boats and got a real small footprint, but
yeah. I mean, it's 8 foot long.
yeah. See, that's smaller. My kayak's 10 foot.
Yeah,
So
and it's your hide too. Like you said, it takes a lot of the gear away.
yeah, yeah. Blake has sent me so many of those. Like, man, I just don't think it'd work with Ruth. But I mean, I didn't think about it about having something like that. So that might work.
And Macy hunts fine out of a layout blind in between my legs. So
Yeah, I'm gonna try that this year, see how it goes. But the layout I got, because I don't have a lot of layout hunting. I only have one spot maybe two that I'll be layout hunting from. So I just went with a
yeah,
cheap one this year, and I just got that. It's a no frame one, so it's not. It just kind of lays on top of you on the legs. So
hmm.
we'll see how it
I'll tell
goes.
you, my fantastic friends. Last time we were hunting out of a layout, we were hunting field ducks, and the night before I was asleep, and they fed Macy a whole sack of baby bell cheese. Them dog farts were ripping in that layout. They were ripping.
Oh, so you got to get one of
Yeah.
your flaggers inside.
Oh, dude, I left it open. I was flaring birds. I said, no, this is on y'all. This is crazy. It's getting the express route right to my face. No.
Oh,
Hmm.
well, other than that, anything else you wanted to talk about or go over?
No, sir. Just glad I got to shoot something
Yeah,
better than the last couple teal openers I've had.
man, I tell you what, I'm not a limit guy. I think the only times I've ever shot limits is when we went last year to Corsicana. And, but
Yep.
I mean, I'm just happy to get something. As long as I don't get skunked, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I get a little
Mm-hmm.
bit better every time, figuring this out a little bit
That's
more
it.
every time. So
That's it.
now I got the new adventure with Ruth. So man, that makes me happy. So she did good. That's a lot of
Exciting.
weight off my shoulders. So, but
It's exciting.
yeah, unfortunately, Blake couldn't be here with us today. We'll definitely get him on the next one. I think this is his last week on deployment. He's up by Wichita Falls, or no, he said he was at Abilene today. I think that's where they sent him down to.
Hmm.
So, we'll have him on next time. Um, I'm going to be going out this weekend. Maybe have a new guy with me. We'll see how that goes.
That's
Um,
always fun too.
and we got some guests lined up too. That I'm really looking forward to. That first guest of ours, he was I don't know. Did you catch that episode?
Not yet.
No. Yeah, it just came out. Well, as of now, it just came out a couple days ago. So,
Yeah.
but Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think the guests are gonna. I mean, we're not gonna be a guest only show, but man, I think it's gonna be cool to have some guests on, get to talk to people. Like that was really awesome talking to him from Nebraska, how they hunt, and then I was like, it just happened to turn out like the guy that we got's from Nebraska. I mean, not the same area,
Well, we're
but
going.
yeah, he's like, man, he's like, hit me up. He's like, he's 4 or 5 hours away, I think he said, from where we're gonna be at, but he's like, we'll meet in the middle if y'all want. So we might have
Gotta
to do
do
that.
that. I mean, we're up there for what, 9 days?
Yeah, something like 7, 8, 9 days, something like that. So, but yeah, so we got some guests lined up here for too long. Trying to work out schedule. We had everything pretty well lined up, and then like I said, with Blake on this fire deployment, kind of threw a
Yeah.
wrench in our schedule. So, but we appreciate everyone listening today and catching all the episodes. Make sure and leave us some comments. Go Instagram is kind of the main area where we're at. Go on there, share our stuff if you want. Check everything out. You can shoot me a message on there. You can email us, whatever you want to. Just leave some, give us 5-star review if you like it. Give us some suggestions on some comments. Let us know what you think and stuff you'd like to see, and we'll listen. Like I said, we want to make this a fun show for us to do and a fun show for y'all to listen to. So, and if you learn something along the way, then even better. So, well, I appreciate y'all listening to another episode of Winging It Waterfowl. We will catch y'all on the next one.